And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome everybody to the stream. In today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the best Budapest sticker investments, how to prepare, going to give you guys some strategies, some ideas for how to make money over the next couple of weeks. And obviously, this is just day one, or day two, or day three actually of the Budapest capsules. So they're pretty new and nascent. So like we still have plenty of time for things to change and investor sentiment to change. So this is just my initial thoughts as to how to make money, how to make profit. So if you're interested, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're new, welcome to the stream, everybody. I see you guys in the chat. Hope you guys hit the like button. Let's get started. So number one, guys, the first thing you guys need to do when you're investing in these stickers is you have to find stickers that will look good in slabs. I think slabs is the future. I think slabs is the demand, all the rage right now. So you want to find stickers from Budapest that fit nicely in the slabs. What am I talking about? Well, see what people are posting about on social media. There's tons of good platforms out there. There's Reddit, there's X, which I just posted a new thread here on the M4 Solitude. Highly recommend you guys check that out. But in any event, you want to go to your homepage here, and if you're following people on X, you'll see a lot of like people posting crafts and skins and such. So you definitely want to see what people are crafting with. Like, what is this? Like, this is Dexter, I believe, but this is an old major. So you want to find basically you want to find stickers that will look good in slabs and see what people are posting on social media. That is very, very important. Follow the trends, and make a note of it. So make a list of the trends that you see and the popular stickers that get a lot of engagement on these platforms. So what platforms am I talking about? I'm talking about Reddit. I'm talking about X, or formerly Twitter, right? I'm talking about even Instagram, if there is a community there with like reels and stuff. It's mainly for pros and gameplays, but TikTok might be popular as well if you're on TikTok. But see what people are talking about on those forums and those sites, and you want to find stickers that look good. And we'll take a look at some in this live stream. We're gonna definitely dive in and look at certain stickers that potentially could look really, really good. So that's the first step that I would recommend you guys do. Another thing is, see what looks good in slabs, see what people are talking about, and a similar note, similar to number one, a good rule of thumb is to find popular teams and player stickers. And like I said, we're going to discuss some of that, but find popular stickers and players with, um, you know, that, have a lot of demand. So, for example, Rops is a player that has a lot of, fan base. Players with loyal fan bases, large amounts of followers on social media. And then you also need to find, and then number 3 would be so as well as their rank in the top 20 best players in CS. So generally you want to follow this. You want to find top players that are popular, that are really, really good at Counter-Strike 2. You want to find players that have a lot of social media presence. And you want to find, players with loyal fan bases like Rops, and you want to find stickers that have, demand, and teams that have a lot of fans and a lot of followers on social media. So you want to find those, you want to prioritize those teams. Now, the next thing that I think is very important, and this is by no means like you got to do number 1 the most, then number 2 is second most important, number 3 is the third most important. No, this is just the list. This is not like ranked in any sort of order, by the way, guys. You can follow all of them. You can pick and choose which ones you agree with more and gravitate towards. So please don't think that you have to do all or nothing. But number 3 actually is and they're all really related, these like topics here. So you'll see. So like number 3 is actually you want to find teams that have only one sticker available, especially if this is their first time at the major. So what do I mean by that? So you want to like go through these stickers. You want to go through these stickers, and it's mainly going to be inside of the contenders capsule because these are the teams that are in contention. These are like the newer teams, right? Uh, and it's mainly going to be these teams here. It's mainly going to be the teams, uh, like the Paravision, right? Like this is their first time sticker with a cool logo. Not Ninjas in Pajamas, where we've seen this logo in team for many, many, many years. Imperial was recently changed, their logo, so I mean it's the same as it always has been. Or when I say changed, it was reverted back. FlyQuest, we already have a couple majors with FlyQuest. Lin Vision, we'll talk more about Lin Vision in a second, but I mean this is, yeah, like we've already seen Lin Vision, but doesn't mean you can't invest in it. M80 recently had a change in their logo, so this is the first logo in CS2 with this Mountain Dew bottle energy drink looking thing. If you preview it, let's see how it looks scratched. Hopefully you guys have had a chance to play around with these stickers and see how good they scratch. And as you can see, they scratch pretty nicely, I would say. So very, very nice sticker. I can easily see this M80 sticker being used as, you know, being used in funny crafts where you have people holding juices, holding like with an arm and stuff. So keep that in mind. Take note of that, guys. So not only that, but you should take a look. I'm kind of skipping ahead, but another thing is to find stickers that will look good and fit into future skins slash crafts that are funny, that are memey, with memes that could go viral on social media. For example, the M80 Holo sticker, and it doesn't just have to be the Holo, but I'm just using it as an example, could be scratched. It could be scratched to just show a bottle. A bottle that says, M80 shape, right? That has an M80 shape. This sticker could then be applied to a skin, with a human holding the bottle as an example, right? Like there's plenty of skins out there. Guys, like the Temu cow, for example, where we have like a hand, right? This girl here is sticking her hand out. Maybe you can put a bottle in her hand, or maybe a different sticker. But like, just these types of ideas, guys. And we're gonna have more skins added to the game over the next couple of years, and you want to like take note of that, and you want to find these stickers that have that unique logo, that unique design. So you want to have go for teams that have only one sticker available in CS2 with their current logo. Does that make sense? That should be a very top priority, and that's why in recent years the contenders capsule has done very well, because we've had those 1-for-1 teams that have only played in certain majors, and that's where the investors tend to gravitate. That's where people tend to put their money to work and craft with. So hopefully you guys are finding value from this. Hit the like button, guys, if you're new here. Thank you so much. Subscribe if you're new. Let me pop out the chat, see who's in here. Vote in the poll, guys. Which Budapest sticker has the highest profit potential? Most of you guys are saying Falcons. Make sure you guys vote. Miko, upgrading your membership. I'm going to have a members only video coming out later tonight, so be on the lookout for that. Shout out to you, Miko. Thanks for becoming a member. Mirox, how you doing? Raketa, welcome. Thoughts on sticker removal tool? Well, we're going to discuss it. Very quiet sound. I had to crank it up. Very quiet sound. Can you guys hear me? How's the audio? Mic check. Can I get some ones in the chat? If you guys can hear me well, hear me good, it's good enough. Welcome. I want to make sure you guys are hearing what I have to say. Is it really that soft? No way. All right, hold on. Let me me see here. It should be good. The mic should be good. But anyways, okay. So hopefully you guys are finding value from this content. Make sure you guys hit the like button, please. We will probably do a giveaway at 100 likes, so hit the like button to show your support. Now, we will also do some Q&A at the end, so stick around for that. So, let's move on to the next topic here. So I already gave you guys 4 really, really good juicer topics that you should consider when investing. Now let me give you guys some other sauce here. So what you can do is, I'm only talking about team stickers, but number 5 should be player autograph stickers. And I think that's where a lot of value can be made. I think if you go for player autographs that have recently changed or been updated, or maybe it's the first time a player is attending a major. So like the first generation stickers. Does that make sense, chat? First generation stickers for a particular player autograph. That's something that you guys can definitely take a look at here. So I'm going to give you guys an example of one. Our good friend here, Qsuke, right? Like, he has a pretty unique sticker. Now, granted, a lot of people are saying that his sticker looks really, bad, really trashy, doesn't look very nice. I don't really care that much. I care more about it being number 1 and first of its kind. And I would say, prioritize potentially some of the more expensive, like the holos and the golds, over some of the cheaper ones. But in any event, I'm looking at this and I'm seeing that, like, yeah, there's going to be demand for his sticker, especially if he continues to perform at a high level and, the hype continues. You're kind of betting on a player to continue to grow into his career. So definitely take a look at that. But it's not just limited to new players, young players that are, just starting out. You can also take a look at, let's say, Rops, for example. I'm not saying, okay, I'm using Rops as an example. Now, if you look at his past couple of majors, you'll see that his stickers are all the same autograph style, right? He's not really changing up his autograph that significantly. And I think that's a problem. I think that definitely is unfortunate because, as investors, we want something that's rare and unique. So Rops may not be the perfect example for this, but let's say Rops decides to change his autograph for the next major. Then I would consider investing heavily in that newer Rops sticker. Does that make sense, guys? And I feel like a lot of people are going to do something similar. That's something to keep in mind. And this is just Rops as an example, but like take a look at all the other players that have stickers this major in Budapest, and see if any of the existing players like Rops have recently changed their autograph. And if they did, then you should do that. You should invest in their item. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense, guys. One's in the chat if that makes sense. Let me see here. Where's the chat? Do you think borderless stickers will go 2x? Cagno says no, so he doesn't understand that. All right, so for those of you that don't understand, okay. So it's very simple. Like if you look at Fallen, right? If you look at Fallen, his autograph used to have a smiley face, used to have a face, used to have a different smiley face, used to have, like his autograph is generally the same over the years. There has been some variation to it, depending on the major. But, like, look at his Shanghai, for example. It had some Chinese characters and stuff. That's kind of rare and unique. But for the most part, they've all been very similar. If Fallen, for example, decides to change his autograph for Budapest, or for upcoming majors, you wanna take note of that. You wanna go for players and autograph players that have unique, new, good-looking autographs. So, so how do you find those players? So, obviously, we're early. You should probably wait at least well, you don't have to wait. You can actually start now, but Ideally, you want to be doing this research when items become tradable in 4 days, when items are marketable, where items can start trading hands, and we get to actually see the prices and see, um, how the market is taking in these new stickers. Does that make sense? So, um, for example, like if we look at the Malb sticker, those of you that don't know, I mean, let's see here. Let's do Malbs. If you look at the Malb sticker, he had a Shanghai sticker. He had, let's see, yeah, he had Shanghai, he had Austin, and now he had Budapest. And it looks like he hasn't changed his autograph. So that's a red flag. That's something that, to me, I'm looking at that as an investor and saying I'm not going to invest in the Malb sticker because it's the same as Austin. The original Shanghai is probably the better choice as an investment. That being said, it's Malbs and the Shanghai stickers looked really, really bad, so it probably doesn't make sense to invest in it. Does that make sense? Hopefully you guys are following along, to number 5. My explanation here. But now let me give you guys another, a pro tip here. Make sure you guys hit the like button for the pro tip. There's 54 of you guys in here. We better get some more likes. Let's see if we can get to 30. What I'll say is this. If you want to make money with these stickers, a good rule of thumb to follow is, I already said it briefly, but wait and monitor the prices of the new stickers the first couple of weeks that they become tradable slash marketable, to see where the price is going, also known as the price action, if you will, on the charts. You want to follow the price action, guys. The price action is key here. You want to follow the price action, and you want to, like for example, right now we have prices on some of these stickers, but they're prices based off of the slabs. They're prices off of, people putting these new stickers in slabs and listing them on the Steam market. That is not, by the way, one of them sold for $23. So people are trying to get this sticker, this Holo embroidered sticker, for whatever reason. I think that's overkill, but yeah, don't be like that guy. Don't be that guy this morning or last night who bought a $23 slab with an embroidered Tyloo. This embroidered Tyloo is probably going to cost like $2 when it becomes first tradable. That would be my guess. So you're going to lose like 10x on that. Mouse is, doing pretty well. I see a lot of people following Mouse. Very, very nice. But yeah, so look at some of these stickers that have really cool looking logos and see where demand is. See the first couple of days. Another pro tip is to monitor the Steam market page, top 10 pages, the trending popular items, and see which stickers are frequently visible on the on the list. The Steam market is a great resource for a lot of people, and like these items at the top are the ones that are like high volume, high trending, high, just people are exchanging like they're being exchanged, right? So you want to look at those. Right now, I don't know why Into the Breach and Bad News Eagles and Fluxo and all these old Paris stickers. So somebody is pumping Paris right now as we speak. Can we get some F's in the chat for Paris? Because that's a yikes. Into the Breach, all these random stickers are being pumped. But you also have coverts that are being used in trade-ups. The M4 Solitude is being quick sold on the Steam market. Hundreds are being sold very, very fast, so players can have cash on hand for the new content. I made an X post about it, guys. Highly recommend you check it out. I'm actually going to link the X post in the chat so you guys can give it some love. Please go and engage with this tweet. Let's see more people hit the like and the bookmarks, and give me your takes on this too. Like I make these X posts so that you guys as a community use them to learn and to discuss. So we're not really gonna get the most value of these X posts unless you engage with them, right? You know, I make very little money from posting on X, just FYI. I do this because I enjoy doing this and I want to learn more as an investor, right? The real value is in the community, I would say. So please go to the X and like, you know, give your take on these items, and I try to reply to everyone. So yeah, you know, these solitudes have lost 30% of their value in a very short amount of time, and yeah, I mean, it's to be expected. Like, these items way too common. People are just trading it in for the new content, right? They want to make money in the new stuff, in the Budapest stuff, in the slabs, in the in the capsules. So yeah, keep that in mind. Now, now. Uh, that being said, I think it's really good for everyone to just, you know, do what I'm doing right now and to load up a website that has all, like a database that has all of the stickers. If you don't have access to a database or a website and you don't know which one to use, you can obviously go into your game and just cycle through all the stickers yourselves. Cycle through all the stickers yourselves and find stickers that have really good looking logos, really good looking holos, see how they scratch, you know, preview the stickers. That's a beautiful feature that Valve recently added where you can actually preview these stickers, put them on your skins, put them on your guns, and then scratch them just to see how they look. And I gotta say, like, this sticker, this Rare Atom sticker, it's a big sticker, chat. It's big. Like, it's huge. A lot of area on a skin. So it's gonna be interesting to monitor the application rates of these stickers to see who's applying which sticker and to what skin, and make a list of like stickers that, you know, you're gonna be eyeing. Make a watch list. I think that's another pro tip. Another pro tip is make a watch list of stickers that you personally like, that fit the criteria above and can be used in crafting. Monitor the application rates via CS Float DB. Float DB is a great resource for you guys to use to see how many of these are being applied and crafted every day. Basically, the way you would do it is the following. You would go on FloatDB. This is a step-by-step play. Step 1 is to go on FloatDB and search for a particular, you know, sticker craft. So you select, let's say, for example, you select the Rare Atom Budapest Holo sticker, and you search 1x 4x crafts and see the supply and, you know, which skins are being used for that sticker. You can also invest indirectly into the skins as well, but I would say the sticker is where the most value is, and especially for a big sticker like Rare Atom that, you know, when scratched, look how big it is. I'm personally putting this on my watch list. Does it, you know, do I think it's the best investment right now? No, I don't. I'd have to do more research and, you know, time, but I would not be shocked to see this sticker do very, very well just from looking at it right now. I mean, it looks amazing, in my opinion, at least. So that's what I would do. I would monitor that, and then step 2 is to write down the application number, or the step 2 is write down the total number of 1x and 4x crafts on a given day, and then step 3 would be to come back the next day at the same time and perform step 1 again, right? And check back, you know, and check the total, you know, the total number, the total supply, and, you know, subtract, you know, and write that down, right? And then step 4 would be to subtract the new total supply from yesterday's number. Right? And you're going to get the total number of new applications, right? And that's going to be for 1 day. And you do this for the next 7 days, and you have a number of how many new applications there are. You could do it once a day, you could do it once a week, and then obviously take the last number and subtract it from the first number of the week. It really doesn't matter how you do it, how much time you want to invest in it. But long story short, you want to look at the application numbers, and you want to find stickers, and especially team stickers that, you know, one more pro tip is, here's another pro tip, guys. Hit the like button if you're finding value from all these pro tips I'm giving you. I'm literally giving you guys the gems that I use and many of my investor buddies use to make a lot of money with these stickers. So if you do anything, you don't have to donate or subscribe, but I definitely want you to hit the like button because it's completely free. Actually, no, subscribe. Subscribe is also free. You don't have to be a member though. Memberships are paid. Long story short, pro tip. Find team stickers that take up a large area of the screen or the skin. Crafters love big, bulky stickers with similar hollow colors. So make sure the sticker, and in our case for Budapest Holos, when scratched, most of them, make sure the sticker has good crafting potential and has a consistent color scheme behind it. So, for example, without scratched, the colors aren't that great. Like, you have this blue, you have this green, you have all these random colors for Budapest, right? It's a very, very colorful, so many different colors. This is not a great sticker. That being said, though, when you scratch this sticker, it actually becomes singular color. It looks really, really good and can be used heavily in like on fades and special crafts, right? And it's a big sticker too. Like, it takes up a large area on the screen, which I absolutely love. So hopefully you guys are understanding that. I could see it rising. Yep. Good afternoon. How you doing there, Steven? Smash the like button, guys. So do you think the Solitude will go up same as the Deagle? Let's have the Solitude discussions on X, guys. If you have questions about the Solitudes, please leave them on X. I will respond to them after the stream. I will engage with you, regarding Solitudes. Please use the X post for that forum. I want to keep this discussion here primarily focused on stickers, on sticker investing, Budapest stickers in particular. So there you have it. Those are a bunch of pro tips and steps that I'm personally going to be using for Budapest. Now let's actually give me some stickers to analyze. Like, do you guys have any Budapest stickers? Let's take a look at a list of potential candidates. I'm going to go ahead and put Rare Atom as number 1 on my list, the Rare Atom Holo in particular. But I'd love to hear from the community. Like, let me know, chat. What are some stickers that you want me to analyze that you think are potentially good investments? So how do you feel about Budapest Capsule investing Imperial Esports? Okay, so Imperial Esports is actually a pretty interesting sticker, guys. It recently got changed. So Imperial had an old, like, not old, but it had a different logo with like a castle, right? And it got changed and reverted back to its previous logo, which is pretty much the only logo it's ever had. This is how it used to look like right here. And I don't know how I feel about it. Like, it's definitely, from an investor's point of view, the old logo is better. And when I say old logo, I mean like this logo that was initially how it looked in Budapest, was better because it's new, because it has a different design. It's a castle. It's different, right? It's going to be used heavily in new crafts, as opposed to the old Imperial design, which, is the same in Shanghai, the same in, not Berlin, Antwerp, the same in Austin, the same in all these other old majors, Copenhagen. Maybe the shade of green is a little bit different, but long story short, it's generally the same. Not the case for Budapest. It's unique. That being said, though, they reverted it. They got rid of Imperial and brought it back to the way it used to look. So I don't see much value in investing in it personally. I think if you want to invest in Imperial, you want to go after some of the older majors, maybe the Antwerps, maybe the Austin. Even Austin, low-key, has a pretty cool flames. Like, you see that Imperial liquid fire flame, especially when scratched. This could be, could be a potential candidate. Too bad it's a little tiny, which is kind of ironic, guys, because it's Austin 2025. Like, ironically, they chose the major that's in Texas to have the smallest looking stickers. Like make it make sense. Like, that to me makes no sense. Everything is bigger in Austin, or in Texas. So the fact that they made those stickers so tiny when scratched is just such an the irony is just hilarious. Um anyways, but yeah, I mean, like, yeah, Budapest stickers, they look pretty good, especially when scratched. They're big, they're bulky. The holo effect is very nice. Imperial, though, I think that I would personally pass from Budapest. I think there's better crafts out there. Now, again, that could change. Um, depending on the application rates, depending on what the community decides, I could be wrong. Um, so so just because I might not agree with an investment doesn't mean that the market has to agree with me. I could obviously be wrong, so you could be wrong too. So definitely follow the data, follow the trends, follow the charts, and you'll probably do very, very well. Let's see here. Nitro Holo. Let's take a look at Nitro Holo real quick. So you guys want me to do Nitro Holo. So Nitro Budapest. So Nitro Holo, what is that? That's an interesting. So one thing I want to point out, guys, is you don't want to invest in stickers that have very, very thin uh autographs. Like, generally speaking, the best autographs either have a drawing of some kind. So let me give you guys a tip here. Here's another pro tip for autographs. Um generally speaking, you don't want stickers with very thin font, face, text, and no art. Generally speaking, uh, the top performing autographs typically have uh, typically have typically have some art in it. Maybe like a dog, a cat, whiskers, smiley face, a heart, a broken heart. Um, Typically some sort of artwork. Those tend to do very, very well historically, as well as um, bold face font, uh, thick font, big font. Those typically tend to do well. These types of fonts that are very, very thin generally don't perform very well. Uh, so yeah, I'd probably avoid it if I were you personally. Um, does that mean that, like, it can't do well? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's probably best to avoid and see what the market says. Obviously, you know, look at the market in a couple of days when these items become tradable, and make your own decision. See what the market is saying. I think I will buy some team capsules. I will let you guys know what I end up buying in the next couple of days. And then Starry. Okay, let's take a look at Starry real quick. So I'm gonna take a look at a couple of them. So you say Starry stickers. So what's up with Starry? Okay, so Starry's Austin actually looks pretty cool. I'm just now noticing it. His Austin really does look nice, in my opinion. Like this, like it has like clouds, a moon or star. Actually, the moon is here. Very, very nice sticker. So what's his Budapest? Okay, so his Budapest is a heart, so that's cool. Um, let's take a look at it. So let's see. So that's pretty nice. Let's preview the sticker. Let's see how it looks on a skin. Let's put it here, let's say, just to see it. If you scratch it, yeah, if you scratch it, it looks pretty good. It's not terribly small, not terribly big either, but yeah, the starry sticker could potentially do pretty well, I would say. You should definitely put it on your list to monitor. That doesn't mean you should buy it instantly, but you should definitely have it ready. So I'm gonna put it on the list as a potential watch list. These are potential candidates. This is a watch list that I'm looking at right now. So let's see. What are some other ones? Uh, let's see. So, yeah, this one right here. Another good example, except it's a little thin. So, um, yeah, it's a bit thin here, which I'm a little scared because if it's too thin, it might not be the best. So like if you do this and you scratch it, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. It's a big D. It's literally a big D. I think that's the saving grace, not the smiley face. I think the D is the really kicker here. The big D. The fact that it has a big D when you scratch it can be used heavily in craft. So I'm actually gonna put a star next to this big D. Um, yeah, I think that is there is potential. It has a big D. Okay. Okay. So yeah, this sticker would be interesting to see what its price is. Another thing that I want to point out before here is above all else, like if you guys are still listening to the stream, if you're still here, here it is. This is the most important thing. Honestly, the most important takeaway that you should have from this video, if you're still watching, is the following right here, guys. Here we go. Above all else, right? Above all else, from the criteria listed above, the most important thing of all when investing in these individual stickers, in my opinion, is the price. Your entry point. Make sure it is low. I don't care if this is the only sticker in the game that has this big D. I am not going to buy this sticker if it costs like 50 bucks. Does that make sense? If this Holo sticker in 4 days and 16 hours and 20 minutes and 45 seconds, like if this sticker, when it becomes tradable and marketable, is going to be worth $40, $50 from the get-go, I'm not buying. I don't care. Like, obviously, as the major goes on and next couple of months, more and more of these are going to get unboxed and dropped. So, the supply is going to get diluted and it's going to inflate away. And I'm not paying $50 for it. That's a terrible entry. Now, obviously, I'm being a little hyperbolic here. I'm being extreme. This is probably not going to be $50, this sticker, right? Like, that's way too high. But I'm just saying that as an example. Make sure that the entry is reasonable and low, especially for like player autographs, right? Especially for player autographs. Get them ideally below $1. Ideally from third-party sites and markets, and get them for as low of a price as possible. Your entry point matters. Pennies and cents matter. So, if you can save, 10 cents on a 20-cent sticker, that is profit right there. So I'm going to repeat myself. If you can save 10 cents on a sticker that's selling for 20 cents, but if you can get it for 10 cents, I don't know how you do it. Like, buy orders, wait, be patient, give it some time, maybe price floats lower, somebody quick sells on the Steam market. It's whatever you got to do to accumulate your stickers. If you can get them for, save pennies, save 10 cents, your entry point is above all else, should be number one. Why? Because, guys, as good of a sticker this is, as nice of a craft this is, as all of the factors I listed above, that may be true, and it may be such a great sticker, and it may make a lot of people a lot of money. The most important thing for you as an investor is your entry point, because if you screw up the entry point and you buy at the top, you could get trapped and you could get burned, and you're wasting you're putting your money at the top, you're putting your money into something, and you're not putting that money into something else. So remember this, guys. Your entry point is the most important thing. Quick aside, fever cases, guys. Nobody's talking about fever cases. Save this video. Like this video right now. Why? Come back to this video in 6 months, in 12 months, in 3 years, and look at the price of the fever case. Currently, it is trading at, if you look at the Steam market, the fever case is trading at 93 cents. Come back to this stream in 2 years, 3 years, and you will be amazed at how much different, like the difference in the prices. And nobody's talking about fever right now. Everyone's talking about stickers. I know this is a stickers video, but I'm just using this as an example. Great entry point for under 90 cents on Steam, on third-party sites for 70 cents. Get them at entry points. Apply that for cases, but apply that for stickers as well, especially when they go on sale, and you will be happy. But I really like this sticker too. I mean, I really like it with this big D. You know, at first I thought it was, you know, the thinness was gonna take away from the sticker, but I'm really gonna write this down. Like, this sticker might actually become a staple of mine, depending on the price. If the price is right, I might pick some of these up low-key, because I definitely see potential in this D. Pause. Anyways, let's move on. You should rotate it? No, yeah, you can rotate it. Like, it could definitely... yeah, when rotated, it could become a smiley face. And I mean, yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's a pretty interesting sticker, so I like it. I'm very curious to see what the market reacts to it. Hopefully that makes sense, guys. Yeah. I'm currently buying armory skins and fever case at the moment. See, that's smart. That is smart. Right now, the smart money is not chasing Budapest, but it's taking a look at elemental stickers. The smart money is taking a look at fever cases. It's taking a look at some of the skins from the armory that have lost value and have been trending lower. They're looking at the beaten down names so that when, you know, the demand shifts back to armory, which will happen, it's not a matter of, you know, if, it's a matter of when, that's when you know, profit and you capitalize from it. So keep that in mind, guys. Like, just because this video is about stickers doesn't mean that you should pour all your money into stickers right now and start opening these capsules. And in fact, that's the worst thing you can do as an investor. Never open your investments, whether that's cases or, you know, sticker capsules, or even, you know, never apply your investments too. Or when I say apply, I mean, like, never burn your investments, meaning, like, you apply stickers or you trade up skins. Whenever you trade up your skin investments, I mean, that's burning. That's burning your investments. Those are some really good, like, rules to follow, you know, if you're trying to, you know, make money. So hopefully that makes sense. Right there. How do you get credit balance in the armory? Do you get it by playing the game? Yes, the more you play, the more XP you get, but you have to buy the pass. Get an armory pass, and then you know, play the game with XP, and you get more stars. And yeah, we can discuss strategies in the armory in future videos and live streams. When you think the elemental stickers are going to be removed? Probably 1 to 2 months. Then they get marked. They'll get marked 1 to 2 months from now, and that'll be good. Guys, I'm telling you right now, a lot of investors are on X. If you're not on X, you are missing out, ladies and gentlemen. I listen, I'm not just trying to, you know, promote my shit on X. I'm telling you right now, if you're an investor, if you're serious about investing, create an X account and follow investors. Talk to people in the community, especially the people that are in my replies, in my, you know, X post replies. See what other members of the community are talking about. I had a debate there that you guys can listen to about Austin's stickers. Very interesting. So please take advantage of X. I'm gonna link my X in the chat so you guys can go follow that, because that's where the offline conversations occur, and that's where a lot of investors tend to be. And if you want to make the most money, you want to be where the investors are, and you want to network with these investors, and you want to hear other opinions, different sides of the, you know, the token, see what people are talking about, what people are investing in, and come to your own conclusions. Don't just blindly follow what I do. So, like, for example, I made a post yesterday, 4 CS2 investments that I can't stop buying right now. And I gave you guys a couple of items, and then I had discussions in the replies as to why I, am really liking these items. And, people disagree, some people agree. So, it's very important to hear both perspectives. Do you agree or disagree? And don't just blindly copy what I'm doing. Have your own open mind. With that being said, guys, I need to go record some videos for the members. I need to go reply to people on X. I have other responsibilities, so please do me a favor. Hit the like button on this YouTube video. Subscribe if you're new here and you want to make some serious cash with CS2 investing. And I'll see you guys in the next stream, the next video. Peace out, chat. Have a great rest of your Saturday.